Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weaves here, and this is what if Midoriya was offered to join the League of Villains. So, last time we left off with Midoriya telling All Might about it, and All Might said not to do it, but then Midoriya told him why he wants to do it, and he said that he'll be fine, and he actually convinced All Might, and this was like, let's say a week before he accepted, and the when he accepts, it will be a week before the entrance exam. So Midoriya joins and he does his thing. So basically, he gets trained for a week with the villains. So his fighting style really does fit the villain ones, basically, because he doesn't start training. He trains a lot more with them now because he finished his training with All Might. He did get one for all, and he said, I won't be training with you for the next 2 weeks because I will have to go and train with the villains because they will get suspicious. And the villains already know that Midoriya will join the the UA, and Midoriya did tell All for One, and All for One said, yeah, that could be really good for us. And then I'll say he trains a lot and to exhaustion, and he used to get home around 10, and his mom's always worried, but then she realizes that he was training, and she's really happy for him because he's taking this seriously, but she's worried about him because if he keeps training like this, he won't be ready for the day of the exam. So I'll say, like, for the last 4 days he'll get a rest because the League of Villains know that Midoriya does live with his mother, so they don't want his mother to tell the heroes, and the heroes will find out. So they let him off for the 4 days. But Midoriya did learn a lot of things, like how to fight like a killer, and Midoriya really likes this fighting style. And the day of the exam comes, he destroys the written exam because he's a nerd. No, I'm joking. He's actually really smart, and he did keep up with his studies, just saying, in school, but he did sleep a lot, and he did miss a lot of classes by sleeping on the roof, and sometimes he used to just miss class and school just to go train. And Bakugo was really pissed that Midoriya actually is in the school, and he still is the normal Bakugo. So now the practical exam begins. So the practical exam kind of goes similar, just that no, it completely goes different. Sorry, my bad. As soon as it starts, Midoriya runs in, starts destroying robots after robots after robots after robot, and everyone's doing their thing. And Midoriya is fighting in a manner that most people would think a villain would. He's literally trying to kill. He's fighting them like he wants to win and kill them, not just to destroy them for the sake of it and for the points, but he's trying to literally annihilate them. He moves around like a villain and everything because villains have a lot of similar moves, I'll just say that, and except for quirks do vary. And anyway, so Midoriya has a smile while destroying them, just like most of the people are more worried about getting enough points, and then the big 0 pointer appears. So everyone starts running, and the same thing happens here. So Midoriya already has around like 100 points. I'll just say 100. Don't ask me how. And let's say everyone runs away, and Uraraka is still stuck underneath the the rock, and Midoriya sees that Uraraka will get crushed. So then what he does is he jumps up in the air, and I'll say in this what if he has a sword, just cause why not? He has a sword, to distract opponents, enemies, in case they have weapons as well, and that will come in handy. So basically, first he throws the sword into the robot, thinking that if he hits the head, maybe the hardware is there, and if he just impales the head, he might hit the hardware and just destroy the robot there. But that didn't happen. So Midoriya was falling down this time, and he realized that he has to use the power of All for One. And Midoriya is kind of used to it, and he doesn't break his arm, but he doesn't break his arms when he punches people. He did try it on Kurogiri, and he does know about the no moves developing because they had to tell him, and because Midoriya is actually a really good asset, and also he can give them info to improve their no moves, and Midoriya had to do that to not look suspicious. So the no move will be a bit stronger, but whatever. And Midoriya this time unleashes his full power, which is tens of which is 10 times greater than his original self. So basically, not only he destroys the robot, but the robot basically breaks into millions of pieces, and Midoriya's falling down with a broken arm. He's kind of drained, but what he does is basically catches his sword, and basically he's about to fall, and he catches his sword because he doesn't want it lose it or break it, and he puts it back, and it's like, alright, if I can just put all for one into my legs, but it was too late. He was too close to the ground to even turn or flip until Uraraka slaps him, and he's like, what the f, and he goes flying, and well, he starts floating, and Uraraka's like, that's my quirk, and Midoriya's like, okay, you can put me down, I'll help you out, and Midoriya's put down, and he literally lifts the rock up with the left hand he has left arm, and Uraraka thanks him, and Midoriya gives a smile to her and says no problem, because Midoriya knows that Midoriya is still the normal Midoriya, and he thinks he still failed, and he's still worried. The only thing that changed about him is his ideals and goals, and also how he thinks, but his personality is pretty much the same, except when to people that he thinks they're friendly, but if they start being rude to him, he will go. His personality will change to the normal apathetic Midoriya that was made in the 10 months. Midoriya only acts normal with his mom, let's say Uraraka, because Uraraka did say hello to him in the first day, because let's say they just bumped into each other. He didn't fall actually, and All Might, of course, and when he's with the League of Villains, he's just apathetic to not show his actual side. So anyways, Midoriya's worried until the notice comes, and he is accepted, and because he knew he got a lot of points, but he didn't know how many points other people got while he was trying to save Uraraka. So he thought that he slacked and he fell behind, and then not only he came first, but he actually got way more points, especially with the rescue points. Let's say 60 plus 110, so 170. I don't know the actual scores, whatever. I'll just say he's in the top 5. Don't ask me. It's been a while since I watched season 1, and plus those were the early episodes. So anyways, let's continue. Now we start school, and I'm pretty sure the first thing they did was the exercise thing. The Aizawa still thinks Midoriya's quirk is useless and is just a one shot, and then, well, he can only use it once, and then he's out of he's out of basically power, or he can't use his body anymore. But Midoriya completely proves him wrong in everything. He doesn't come first, but he's really fast without his quirk. And then comes the ball, well, the ball throwing. I don't know the name. I think a long throw or something, or whatever. So Midoriya this time comes, let's say, in the middle of the class, because not only did he use one for all, but also he has a lot of power on his arms. He trained too hard. He is literally staying. His speed is amazing. He came probably top 10. No, top 10. There are 20 people. Let's say he probably came top 5. I'll say he came 5th. And Aizawa was actually impressed by Midoriya's skills without using his quirk, and he's like, this kid's already stronger than some heroes without their quirk. If a hero were to verse him without quirk, they would have a really hard fight. And he realizes that even he would have a really hard fight, because if Midoriya wasn't using this quirk, then he would have an extremely hard time beating him. He knows, he can see that Midoriya has a lot of potential, even though his quirk is kind of dead to his eyes, until he finds out that Midoriya can use in different ways. And Midoriya does still break his finger, but he can still use it like usual and says, "I got this." But he never had a smile, but this time he had an apathetic face because he doesn't want to show anyone else that he's happy, because what people know is that he's only he's kind of apathetic thanks to Bakugo, because Bakugo says, well, that kid's kind of depressed of what happened in junior high or something. I don't even know what they call it in America or something, whatever. So, or middle school. Is it middle school? I think it's junior. I don't know. Middle school, whatever. They're in high school now, so I guess that is middle school. Yeah, whatever. So everyone's pretty impressed. Midoriya is people say, well done Midoriya, you actually did really well, because Midoriya did get the furthest because of just his raw power and the power of All For One amplified by 10, since he has 10 times more power just on his own, and so his power gets amplifies All For One, well, the base thing, and he can only use like 5%. Still, I think he can only use. He uses 100% on one finger, of course, as usual. He before he learned how to use One For All, full cowling, or FC, OFC, whatever. He used to use 100% on different parts of his body, and then he learned how to use like going for 5% to, let's say, 20% just to use air pressure. He will learn full cowling a lot earlier, just saying. Anyways, so Midoriya, let's say, overall came 6th, and then it was, let's say, Bakugo, Ida, I don't know, fam, who cares. So that's done, and now wait, before I continue, I forgot to tell you, I will be doing the Quirk test arc and battle trial battle arc. So basically just 2 arcs. So this wife will, since Boku no Hero Academia isn't that long, and right now it doesn't have many arcs, so in season 1 there are only 3 arcs basically. It's not really arcs, because like the whole season is build up to the last fight against the on the US, the last fight in the USJ attack. But for now, I will say that we covered the trial arc. Well, no, the the Quirk test arc, and now we will go to the battle arc. But before that, let's say it's been like 3 days, and on these 3 days, Midoriya hasn't been showing up to school. Basically, what he does, well, he does show up to school, but after school he goes straight away, because these 3 days were just writing and learning normal things. And then after school, Midoriya used to go to the hideout where everyone was, and he used to tell All Might that he's going, so All Might would know where he is in case he doesn't come home and his mother calls. So All Might knows in case something happens. And I was about to say Naruto. Midoriya's training there, and he's actually learning a lot in battle, and he knows a lot more strategies and plans, and he knows a lot of the villains in the League of Villains quirks, so he knows how to counteract them and everything. So now we go to the battle trial arc. So here is where I want to make the change. I'm going to put Midoriya and let's say Shoto Todoroki together, and I'll say Ida and Uraraka together, and instead of Ida, I'll say it's Kirishima and Bakugo. So Kirishima will be guarding the bomb thing, the thing that they have to guard since they're the villains, and Bakugo will be fighting the other two. And Midoriya tells Todoroki, he calls him Todoroki, you will go for the bomb while I take care of Bakugo, or do you want to take care of Bakugo? And Todoroki is like right now he's like, why is he acting so apathetic? He reminds me of me a few months ago. He reminds him of himself. So basically, because he hates anything to do with his father, and right now what he sees in Midoriya is himself, but just that Midoriya hates pretty much everything except for being a hero and wants to save people. And he's kind of worried about Midoriya's future, because being a hero, you cannot hate anything. Well, you can't hate everything, to be honest. And Midoriya right now, he's showing that he hates everything, because he does. The only things he really loves or likes is he wants to become a hero. That's his dream. So he loves heroes. Well, true heroes like All Might. He loves his mother. He loves writing notes about heroes. Even though he doesn't think all heroes are worthy, he still likes writing notes, and he likes training and studying, of course. So those are the only few things he likes. And Todoroki is like, hey Midoriya, how about we fight him together, and then we will go against Kirishima together. And Midoriya's like, are you sure about that? We have a time limit, you know. And Todoroki's like, yeah, but if you lose quickly, then I'll have to go up against Kirishima and Bakugo alone. While if we beat Bakugo quickly, then Kirishima will definitely lose against us. And Midoriya did think of that situation, but he wants to finish it as fast as possible, because he does not like fighting people. He doesn't necessarily like fighting or hate it, but he doesn't want to fight when it's useless. Sorry, that was a message. He doesn't want to fight when it's pointless. The pointless fights just piss him off, and he's like, alright, boy, we need to finish this quickly because I don't like pointless fighting. And Todoroki's like, yeah, I'm with you. I never liked pointless fighting, because he doesn't. He's a cool guy. So Todoroki does still well, here Todoroki, what he does is basically he freezes when they find Bakugo finds them, to be honest. And Midoriya's like, hey Todoroki, you freeze him as soon as I make him jump, and freeze him in the air, so then I can finish him off. And it kind of works, but then Bakugo, so basically Midoriya just jumps. He basically is using a type of full cowling. He doesn't say full cowling because he doesn't want to show All Might. He just wants All Might just thinks it's his normal strength, because he didn't notice the little bit of lightning around his legs at the beginning, but because they disappeared as soon as he did it, because he doesn't want to show people. And Shoto kind of noticed, but he didn't pay too much attention because he needs to follow the plan. So Midoriya's like, Bakugo, come here, Kachan, and he's about to punch him, and then basically Bakugo jumps back, and that's when Todoroki freezes his legs. But then, oh sorry, I touched my mic, that must have hurt your ears. So Midoriya lands, and then he's about to run up to Bakugo and punch him, and then Shoto was running up to him, but then what happens is that they might have frozen his legs, but they didn't freeze his hands, and that's where they made the mistake. It's like, big mistake, Midoriya or Deku. And basically, well, he says, big mistake, Todoroki and you, Deku. And he basically explodes the ice, and then they both go flying, and then Midoriya's like, damn it, I thought we should have frozen his arms and legs. And Todoroki's like, sorry, it's my bad. And Midoriya's like, no problem, we can still beat him, but we don't have much time left, because Midoriya doesn't like fighting pointlessly. I already told you. So he wants to finish it in way faster. So what he does is says, I might as well just show them, and he says, all for one, full cowling. And basically not all for one for all, full cowling. And All Might hears this and is like, wait, what? Full cowling? And he sees that Midoriya is not breaking arms or anything, but he's actually he can see that he's using a bit of one for all over his body, and he can see an amplified speed, strength, and agility. And basically Bakugo cannot keep up with Midoriya's speed here, and Midoriya appears behind him and says, and kicks him on the back, and then he says, now Todoroki. And Todoroki's like, yes, and basically he freezes Bakugo, and Midoriya's like, Bakugo, move, and you've already lost. There's no point of trying to break out of it. And Bakugo's trying to use his exploding gauntlets by trying to use explosions, the big explosion that he did against Midoriya. But what Midoriya done is literally cut the two gauntlets with his sword. Remember, his costume is basically the same costume, but this time black. I'll say he wants to make it black because he wants to work mostly in the shadows and he doesn't want people to know much about him. And he has a sword on it and he basically cut the gauntlets. So even All Might didn't really notice until Midoriya said it, because he was so fast and said, I guess you've noticed. I cut your gauntlets so you can't use your explosions. And that Buck was like Midoriya, and then Baku was like Deku, and then Midoriya's like, hey, Todoroki, you can freeze his whole body now except for the head. And basically Todoroki does that and says, we'll come back for you later. And they go up and they basically destroy Kirishima. Kirishima can't do much, even though he can tank some of Midoriya's hits, punches and kicks. But then Midoriya basically gets his sword out and basically he tries to slice him. The sword doesn't slice, it doesn't break either, but it kind of breaks Kirishima's skin, just like what happened in season 3, you know, when that guy punched him. I forgot his name, whatever. So then Midoriya's like, guess you're not, guess you have a time limit as well on that quirk. And Kirishima says, damn it, he found out my time limit, because Kirishima can't keep it up for too long, and he's not as strong as the one in season 3, or I mean season 4, my bad. And then Midoriya's like, now Todoroki, and Todoroki literally freezes him like just like Bakugo, and they get the target and they win. They did it in 2 minutes and 50 seconds, I'll say that. Yeah, I know it was pretty fast. And then basically they won, and Todoroki and Midoriya cuts the ice, and there is still a bit of ice, and he says, hey Todoroki, how about you unfreeze the little bits of ice with your fire side? I'm sure you can use fire, right, since you are in the Todoroki family. And Todoroki's like, no, I'm sorry, I will never use this side, not in battle, no way. And Midoriya is kind of confused at this, because he knows that the Todoroki family, Endeavor, his fire is so strong that he's nominated the second hero, second best. And he says, wait, but if you use your fire and ice, you will be pretty much unbeatable, since you will never have your time limit won't be as quick as ours, since if your body starts freezing up, you can just heat it up with your fire. Wouldn't it be better for you to use it? And then Todoroki's like, it's a long story, please. And Midoriya's like, well, I'm sorry, Kirishima, guess you'll have to wait for the ice to go melt on its own. And Kirishima's like, it's fine, it's not like Todoroki wouldn't do it because he hates us. I'm sure he has his own reasons. And he's like, yeah, whatever. So he goes down and he cuts the ice for Bakugo, and basically Bakugo's like, Deku, how'd you get so fast? And he's still jealous that basically Midoriya has all that power, and then he tries to blast Midoriya. And then what happens next is that Midoriya is already behind him with his sword up to his neck and says, you try to hurt me outside battle and I won't hesitate to hurt you back. And Bakugo's like, you stupid Deku. And then basically All Might appears and says, hey guys, no fighting, we're not doing, your battle has been ended, go back to the stands and get changed. And they're gone back. So that's where I'm going to end the what if. I hope part 2 to the what if. I hope you all enjoyed. I really enjoyed making this, and please like, share and subscribe. I won't make a lag goal because I just want to make what ifs after what ifs after what ifs. I'll make lag goals when I'm on 1000 subscribers, because by that time probably quarantine is going to be over and I will have school, so I won't have as much time, but I will still try to make 2 videos this day. Oh my god, I kind of 2 videos a day. And I hope so this what if series will have no lag goals, and I will be making it whenever I feel like it. I know it's kind of unfair on you guys. Imagine you want it tomorrow, but I want to make it next week. It's kind of unfair. But I need to continue. What if Naruto had Todoroki's quirk? What if Naruto was in Anbu? What if Naruto was insane? What if Naruto left the village? There's so many what ifs. I think tomorrow I'm probably gonna do 2 what ifs that I haven't done in the past 2 days. And anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share and subscribe. Share this video out. Join my Discord, link in the description. Follow me on Twitter. I'll probably do another Q&A really soon, maybe at my 1000 subs. Not only a giveaway but also another Q&A, but this time I would like to answer more questions because there weren't as many as I thought there would be, but I digress. I move on. So anyways, please follow me on Twitter, link in the description. Join my Discord server, link in the description. Thank you to RATREET who made my Discord server. Please go sub to him, and thank you to the Miniman123 for providing me with the gameplay. Please sub to him. He's a real big help to me. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and take care, stay safe, peace. This is the King of Weaves here, and bye.